I'm wondering how we can equip the students with all these things, with artificial intelligence. I have got students starting from kindergarten up to grade 12. And the fact is that I've noticed that although they are what we call, they believe that they are computer literate. I don't know about what's your experience. They know how to use their mobile phones, but they do not know how to master deeper things and deeper notions, just like problem formulation. And I don't even know, that was a new notion for me as well. It's something that I really, I accept that, I didn't know it, and I believe that it is really interesting. How can we solve a problem if we don't know it, and even if we cannot create it first? But this, for everybody, happens with SWOT analysis. Anyway, so I start with module 3.9, digital assistance on the go. Why have I chosen that, on the go? Not only because we are, things happen really fast, but because I believe that we need to work and develop things more in terms of schools, and in terms of artificial intelligence, and in terms of digital assistance. This will be a hands-on experience. We're going to have a few interactive things. And first I will show you a video that we have created with our team on digital assistance. And why is that? Because with us in the school, everything goes back in 2019. In 2019, one beautiful day, I wake up and I say, Yanis, I want to work with digital assistants. Yes, of course, says, okay, you will do that. He always agrees. And then with Maria Filipi, you have seen her in Zoom, we said we're going to work on a project. The good thing with the school is that this school reinforces all these attempts. And that is something really important. So the school organized a big event which was called In Idea. In Idea was a competition for all the people who work in the school who wanted to present an innovative idea. So for us, for Maria, myself, the person who's responsible for the students who come here in the school and the IT manager, was something really interesting. And we said we are going to work with digital assistants. We created the program. I will show you now a nice video.
The digital assistants humans.
What?
The digital assistants humans.
No, they're not. Alexa. She's here. So, let's. Huh? Virtual, yes, but digital assistant is not only. Wait. Here we are. Yes, virtual digital assistants. True. Digital assistants are voice-activated software programs, that can perform electronic tasks for you. Do you know when this first came out in the market? The digital assistant. Many people believe that it is in 2000.
In the past, you would say, something makes a phone call to someone.
Yeah, but when was the first year that this appeared? Who knows that? Yes?
2008.
2008 was Siri.
Yes, before.
The first digital assistant was back in 1952 by Bell Industry, and the name was Audrey, like Audrey Hepburn. You can Google it, it's really nice. These are things that I search for my students. And that was the first digital assistant, voice recognition, and recognized digitally, because that was the first thing that they could do, from 0 to 9. After that, there was another one, and then 50 years later, we have got the digital assistants that we have got now, that is Siri, Alexa, Cortana for Microsoft. So this is something really nice that I have found. We will see it in the presentation. That is new. I added it today. And this shows the access between user experience and the IQ of the digital assistant, of the machine that we use. And you will see that this is, of course, in close relation, and also the fact that I have seen with my students is that things, they run really fast. So we need to bridge that gap. Imagine what is happening. Here we are 25 people. I believe, and I have seen, that most of us know a lot of things about computers and artificial intelligence. And then we have good students, the new generation, the generation that we want them to become the leaders, and I speak as a teacher, and they do not know that. And things run really fast, and that gap grows faster. That is why I believe that initiatives like this one is really important, because we will be the multipliers for other teachers who need to be trained in order to help students, primary school students, high school students, even university students. So the module has got some interactive activities. Well, the one that we cannot work in now was with Alexa. I used it a lot in my classes. And but you will see others as well. You will see the QR code. So we will talk about stories. I hope you like them. Do you like stories? Do? Okay. Do you like fairy tales? No? Oh, then I will ask you. That is why I'm asking that question. You will see. And then we will use these stories in order to make a statement on digital assistants, virtual digital assistants, artificial intelligence, the significance of artificial intelligence in education, because we talked about all other sectors, business, healthcare, and then, oops, education. It is the sector that is the basis of everything, but does not work really fast. Then we talk about key points of integrating these assistants in our classroom. We will do a nice activity, challenges and opportunities, and at the end, if you're good, I have got a Kahoot game for you, so pay attention because you need to answer all the questions. So, I was talking about stories. I like stories. I like fairy tales. So today here, my presentation will be different. It will be about a fairy tale, although this fairy tale is set in a completely futuristic level. The story that we are going to talk about has it all. A mirror, which is the screen of the digital assistant, Alexa, Siri, the evil queen. And you realize that evil queen are those non-believers, the one who think that artificial intelligence is going to destroy everything and nothing will work. And of course, there is also the poisoned apple. And these poisoned apple are the AI tools that I will tell you that you have seen in different websites, and you wanted to use them, but finally you realize that no, they were not the ones that you asked for. However, this story is the story of, who knows that? The story of? Snow White. Is there something missing?
The dwarfs?
The dwarfs. There are 7 dwarfs in this story. And you will see that these 7 dwarfs are the 7 steps that we need to follow if we want to implement that kind of technology, digital assistance and artificial intelligence in our classrooms. So, let's begin. have in front of you a nice paper where you have got a QR code. This, for those of you who do not want the QR code that you've got in your paper, you can go to Menscom. You can use the code 69 82 40 52. And since we are in the story of Snow White, then I have got the question, mirror, mirror on the screen, can Alexa revolutionize the education scene? Let us see. So, we will work on that, and I have got this. Let me see, where is my dear George? Somewhere around. There's the block here. So here we are. Now, let's see how many of you, George, how many of you have you used the digital assistants in your classrooms? I've seen up to now 2 yes, 4 no. Good for us. There are not people who say I do not want to. That's nice. Okay, so 4-2 only, 6 people. Please answer if you've ever used digital assistants. And those 4 of you who have not used them, do you want to use them in class? Who are the people who have not used them? Okay. Would you like to use them in the class? Do you believe that it is easy to use them in the class? No. Okay. So if we continue, there is another question as well, the second part. Does it appear to you now? If you continue, there is a second question.
You mean this one? Because this
The second one, yes.
Okay. At the top of the screen, it says that the presenter has changed slide. If you click on that button, it takes you to another question.
Do you find the other question? Yes? Okay, I will change it here, but I see people. It says, what do you believe that are the benefits of using digital assistants in the classroom? And I see that most of you have chosen enhanced accessibility and inclusivity. However, there is the third one that talks about, unfortunately I don't have my computer. That's why I have the back plan of talking a lot, because somebody else's computer is here, so I cannot show that to you. So it is a real time saver for educators. And that's why I am going to ask you. Because
in the learning process, you say can for the student.
And yes, but at the beginning, what happens is this. According to a recent survey, there is a very big problem for educators, and this is called stress. And because people actually now are looking for what we call well-being, and they say that, wow, I cannot work, I cannot do all these new things. These things are really difficult for me. Why? Because, you know, I'm stressed, I cannot use something new. Oh, it's okay, I want to use the old method that I had up to now. So you tell them, Gregory, use that, and it will be time saver. And if you persuade the teacher, if you persuade the educator, then it is easy to persuade the student that it is time saver for them as well.
So then I said this because we don't talk about student-centered education. When you talk to student-centered education, you should not talk about the time of the teacher. You should talk about the time of the student. This is the reason.
It is really, yes. The thing is that, although you are right, and I will change it, I am the educator, and I always take that into my mind as an educator. You are right. I do not.
We should
Move from teacher to student.
And think of the future, because most students say, let's make it good, here.
But that's what I was telling you. In order to adopt that, you need to persuade the educator first. That's why.
If we don't change the language we use, the end will not change.
True. Then we will change it. So in the new presentation, you will see time saver for all educational stakeholders, which is really interesting. Thank you. As always, to the point. So, let's continue. So,
Για σένα πήγα να δουλέψω.
what we will do here is that my statement for the digital assistance is this. We started from human-computer interaction, and then you will see why I got the following slide. And now we talk about human-to-machine communication. And this is not something new. The same thing happened many years ago when computers were introduced. I believe that you all know do you know the Time magazine? Good. The Time magazine has got a cover known as Month of the Year. Actually now they would say Person of the Year because we don't talk about women. But it was Month of the Year starting back in 1927. The first cover of a magazine ever that talked about computers and machines was that. In 1982, the computer moves in. I believe, and it was really funny because, you know, at that period, because I work a lot on that, the Time magazine didn't have computers. All the articles were written on a typewriter. Interesting, funny, but you will see how fast things changed. 1983. This is what happens now with students who are going to use virtual digital assistants, who are going to use the infamous ChatGPT. We want to teach them something new. We want to teach them what we said before, not only about prompts, but how to think of the problems, how to formulate them. Why? Because we want to inspire a generation of leaders. We all believe that we're very good in what we're doing. But, although I'm 53, yes, okay. So I believe that I will teach a few more years. What I want is to inspire my students to make them think differently and to realize that they are that future generation of leaders. Because if they understand that, probably we are not going to have what you were talking beforehand, the one machine that is going to take all jobs.
You reminded me something I need to say.
Yes, of course.
September 19th, when I arrived in Chicago as a speaker, I entered the big mall, big showroom. The entrance was one.
What?
XT computer, 3 megabyte memory. 1 megabyte memory, big sign XT, like that one. It was a big advertisement in September of 1981. Imagine what happened since then.
I mean, things change really fast. If we go back in our houses, I have got a computer like that. We use the disk to put there, and I was playing, I remember, in Atari. Anyway.
I have a suggestion for a different thing. For the project proposal, looking at the title of the project.
Okay, good. That's
Show
nice.
it to the groups before you.
Okay.
Yes. You want to hear it now or later?
Now,
before virtual hands-on.
Really nice.
It's a contradicting statement. Hands-on is a hands-on.
But virtual is something.
How do you make a virtual hands-on feel like it is hands-on? Digital assistant.
So that's why we need to work on that. Virtual hands-on, wow, I like that. Interesting.
It's like dilemmas. Where is dilemmas always stand out and, grab one another.
Like the VR glasses. Ah, that was really fun. The previous time, some people from Brussels came here, so I used that glasses, and they said, try them. Yanis took lots of photos, because I was really funny. Remember, with the glasses, I was doing things like with the virtual. Now remember the virtual hands-on that you were saying. So, the significance of virtual digital assistants, I will choose that as well in the final presentation in class. Yes, we need to adapt to the student needs. However, that is the purpose of education in general. This is not something new. But since things are saying they run really fast and we need to bridge that gap, we are responsible for that. We need to find ways to adapt to the individual student needs. We need to provide them with personalized learning experiences, because afterward, what happens is this. When I used Alexa in the class at the beginning, it was really interesting. He said, Alexa, Miss, yes, we have got it at home. My father uses it because we turn off lights and everything. So they have got that idea of how to use a virtual assistant. Then, virtual assistants enhance engagement. We get insights from data that we collect, and that is really important because afterwards, when you get these findings, you can use them in order to make projects like the ones that follow better, more advanced. And then you have got better access to information, but for me, the most important thing is this. We provide students with skills so as to be ready for the future. All the time we're saying ready for the future. What is that future? Nobody knows. We believe that it will be bright, though. So,
Nobody is a problem about the future.
huh?
Nobody is a problem.
No.
We cannot imagine the future with the technology.
True. And be
How can I know
positive.
what skills I need in 20 years if I don't know the technologies?
But it's nice. Dreaming is nice.
Yeah,
Imagination is something important.
Imagination said is more important than knowledge.
Oh, and you talk to a person who has got a very big imagination. That's why I use this phrase. So, why to incorporate digital assistants in class? Because this is something that every student is going to use now. And also, because digital assistants in class, here it says they are smart, it says that they are measurable, but, yes, also, sorry, I will take one. I will get from there. We talk about learning outcomes that are smart. Smart means, what does it mean smart? Smart is specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. And I will give you all the bullets that we have found while working on that project with digital assistants. Because this project ran for a year and a half with lots of different students. And we wanted to take information on how this could work. So, in order to integrate them in the classroom, there were some key points, the dwarfs that we were talking before, the 7 dwarfs. But the most important thing is preparation. So what we did is we designed lesson plans. There you go. And I will give you also the way we created these lesson plans. Even if we talk about virtual assistants, we need to be well prepared. So, when people are going to use them in the classroom, they need to have a clear lesson plan in their mind. You see here that we have the grade, the level, the class size, which is important because it is different to use virtual assistants in a class of 5 or 6 people, and it's different to use it in a class of 25 people, 25 students. Then we have got the duration, the topic. It is important to have to write down the problems that you anticipate in such a class, and one of them was that students do not want to collaborate. They don't want virtual assistants. They don't like them. You will tell me, is that the case? Not in all classes, but for example, kindergarten and primary school, there were 3. Every time they were asking, when they saw me with the box, they said, Miss, are you going to bring Alexa with you? I said, not today, because she's in France and everything. So, but high school students, sometimes they were not, they didn't want that. So, you can use it if you prepare a lesson with digital assistants. And here we introduced Alexa as a new friend. The first day that I told them that we are going to have a new person in class, I said, tomorrow we're going to have it now. And the thing was that Alexa helped me a lot in the class because students had to pronounce the words properly in order for the machine to understand that. So that helped in pronunciation. Also, they were polite. Because they said, oh, Miss, we have to ask the name beforehand. Alexa. And I said, yes, of course, you need to be polite. And finally, a good thing is, and today I want to show that to you, I asked Alexa if she's a good teacher. What do you think she answered?
Ideas about this?
Yes, she said that I'm not a teacher, but if you want, I can help you with something. So I said, Alexa, please teach me geography. And there's a really nice, if you've got Alexa in your phones, please check that out. They have got geography skills. And they have got a quiz on United States. And we had fun with George when we were playing. 3 minutes I've got. Yes. Thank you. This is me. They always are telling me 3 minutes because I talk a lot. So, the process we said is that we need to define the needs, to determine the goals. We need to choose the appropriate digital assistant. Is that Alexa? Is that Siri? It depends. To organize teacher training. That's why this what you're doing now, it's amazing. Because this is teacher training and it is important. Then it was a process of integration and we evaluate the findings. What were these findings? 520 students from grade 5 to grade 11. 90% of the students believe that Alexa or ChatGPT help them in the learning process. 90%. That was done in the forms after their lesson. And also, we had the teachers. Out of 109 responses, we had, I believe it's also 90% that they think that this is helpful as well for them. The lessons learned. Students really liked Alexa, they were polite, they were trying to find the mistakes that the virtual assistant would do, because they believe that they're better. And also they said that they don't want to change me and use Alexa. So that we like this. And I was relieved. I said, okay, I'm doing a good job. The challenges are, and I'm not going to say a lot of things, because you said that before, Elena, about the ethical concerns and bias. Also, it is technical reliability and accessibility, because what happened with COVID-19, not all schools are in the same level, and countries concerning internet. So we're not going to have that inclusivity for all students and educational stakeholders. Here is something that I asked of them, how would you describe the lesson with Alexa? And most of them said fun and interesting. However, later on I told them that helpful is not written with double L. It's nice because you can check spelling as well. So, now, with the do you have time for a Kahoot? We don't.
Yes.
We do have.
We have.
Okay, so let's start. Ready? What is the definition of a digital assistant in the context of the classroom? Virtual tutor, voice control device, software, platform, or online collaboration. Let's see who's first. Okay. Tiana. Okay, good. Mario, MK, David, and R. What is the significance of using digital assistants in the classroom? Enhancing, increasing, reducing, or limiting? The positive word, guys, find that. Let's see. Oh, Tiana. David is going up. Mario 23. Kamia and L. Let's go. 3. Which of the following is an opportunity offered by digital assistants? Promoting, providing, decreasing, or restricting? I'm sure you will be the best. No? Oh no. Let's see. What has happened? Oh, David, Mario 23, L, Kamia, and Vera. Let's go to number 4. How can digital assistants benefit teachers, I'm sorry, in the classroom? Automating, increasing, decreasing, or assisting? Okay, yes. So, now, that's a cloud that you will do it in the presentation in the module, because I want to have a cloud, a word cloud for them. Remember, and have that in your mind, which one word comes to your mind when you hear digital assistants. You will do it in the presentation. So, podium, ladies and gentlemen, number 3, L. Who's L? Yeah. 2, Vera? Vera? Vera. And number 1, David. Thanks a lot. Thank you. see I had. Also preparing the presentation. So, here we go. Thanks a lot.